And
Mr. Trutchell.
Thank you, President Arnold.
Thank you.
Just want to remind everyone that the Parks and Rec Board meeting will be on March 17th, 5 o'clock. And I'm calling attention to that because of the fact that the Feast of the Following Moon will be discussed at that meeting. And Mr. Sharp, Mr. Cross, you're on my committee. If it's possible, I'd like to have you there at that meeting because I'd like to have the board involved in it. Our board meeting was canceled last month, so we're a month behind on this, trying to kill two birds with one stone. But it's a very informative meeting going into the springtime, and I would like to see all of you go to the Cincinnati, Chillicothe Day at the Cincinnati Reds baseball game on the 24th. That's a good time, and it's just gets everyone together. It's not a fundraiser, it's just a good time. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other old business? I didn't mean to cut anybody off. Is there any other discussion? Mrs. Patrick.
could I make a motion at this time to amend by substitution item number 5?
You can. And Mrs. Malone, second that motion. Roll call.
Ames.
Yes.
Cross.
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Malone.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Sharp.
Yes.
Sibrel.
Yes.
Trutchell.
Yes.
So we have a amendment to the legislation here later. Any other old business to discuss? Move on to petitions and correspondence by the clerk. Have you received anything?
Mr. President Arnold, I have none to report on tonight.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any new business? Mrs. Ames.
I would like to welcome the Bishop Leger Student Council to the meeting tonight, and I also recognize their advisors, Mrs. Debbie Kemper and Mrs. Amanda Mickey. I have been meeting with the Student Council to acquaint them with how the City Council meetings are conducted, and we've discussed agenda and writing up legislation and how meetings are conducted according to Robert's rules. And I'm very pleased and excited to have them here tonight to see how our city government works, and I appreciate them taking time out of their schedules to attend.
Thank you. Is there any other new business this evening? Mrs. Patrick.
I would just like to announce that the Ross County Emergency Management Agency is offering a severe weather spotter class, and that will be March 16th at 6:30, Conference Room B at the, what do they call it? The Old Hearts Building. Ross County Service Center. And I would also like to thank WBEX for recording the Mayor's State of the City address Thursday. This allows anyone who couldn't attend the lunch to still be informed. And I was able to listen to it on the radio. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other new business this evening? If not, committee assignments and meeting dates. Actually, some of the committee assignments have already been processed and are on legislation this evening. Number 32, Safety Services, a request for legislation to facilitate the trading in of used unmarked cars within the police department. Number 33, Utility Committee, request for a resolution not to raise water and sewer rates for 2010 until a cost allocation plan had been completed. 34, Utility Committee, request for appropriation of $10,000 for the city to hire a firm to conduct a cost allocation study. Number 35, Finance Committee, a request an ordinance to appropriate $4,335 from the unappropriated general fund to income tax computer maintenance. Number 36, to Engineering Committee, request for resolution whereby council agrees to appropriate, when necessary, the city's 10% local share of the cost for a feasibility study for the widening of Western Avenue from the westerly corporation limits of the city to Veterans Parkway. Utility Committee, a request for legislation authorizing the law director to surrender stocks currently held for the utility department through Haley Myers Company. Meetings that are upcoming, I mentioned that tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, town hall meeting at the Ross County Service Center. March 16th, which is a Tuesday at 5 o'clock, Tree Commission meets. March 17th, Wednesday at 5 o'clock, Park and Recreation meets, and as Mr. Trutchell said, one of the things on the agenda will be the Feast of the Flowery Moon. March 18th, Thursday at 4:30 is the Design and Review Board. A couple of meetings have been canceled that are upcoming this week. One is the Nuisance Board, and the other one is the Planning Commission. Both of those meetings have been canceled. And that's all that I have for committee assignments and meeting dates. Right now, we move to legislation. And Mr. Fawson, item number 1.
Third reading of an ordinance approving the action of the Planning Commission of the City of Chillicothe in rezoning property located at 605 East Main Street and 15 North Brownell Street, Chillicothe, Ohio, from R8 to C2. Third reading.
Roll call, please.
Ames.
Yes?
Cross.
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Malone.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Prohl.
Yes.
Sharp.
Yes.
Sibrel.
Yes.
Trutchell.
Yes.
And that ordinance has passed.